Welcome to our home. My name is Katie Segal.
Hi, Katie Segal.
Hi. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Kurt Sutter.
Wow, just like we've just met in a bar or
It's
something.
lovely to be in
Except
your
not
home.
in a bar, in a restaurant.
It's lovely to be in your home.
Wow, I'm so glad to meet
It's
you.
a groovy pad.
Thank you.
Where's your bedroom?
Wow. He was never that forward.
Still don't
I
know.
was.
Still don't know what to do in the bedroom. Oh,
You do just fine.
I do.
Anyway, welcome to what we call Slice of Pie, right?
Yeah.
This is where we answer questions.
Your questions about stuff.
Where can they send their questions, Kurt?
Where they can send their questions to.
It says so on there.
It says we can send your questions to. Let me just think of this. It's or leave it via email or voicemail at speakpipe.com/pie podcast, or email us at inbox@sutterinc. That's SUTTERINK.com.
And I know my line. Let's dive in.
Oh.
The first question is from Reddit, and it's for Kurt. Kurt, what was your process when creating the show? Also, did you have everything planned out from the beginning, or did it come to you while writing and filming?
Here's my go-to in all creative questions, which is that, and I don't mean this, fuck it, I'm just going to say it. I believe the most underused tool in Hollywood is imagination. I feel like I understand the values of IPs. I understand that there needs to be commerce before there's art, perhaps, and that art and commerce have to live in, weave themselves together to bring what we do to you. But so it is why I've learned that I am not the guy to go to with somebody else's IP. I'm not a rewrite guy. I've tried it, just not what I do well. What I am is a dude who spends a lot of fucking time in his head. And that's where I'm most comfortable. That's where I create worlds. That's where I go away. And unfortunately, I've been doing that, long before I was getting paid for it. That muscle got created, like most fantastic things in life, out of trauma. But so that's my opinion, like that, and so when I just feel there's this chase for a lot of creative people to, what's going to sell, what's going to, and that ultimately, I mean, not that it's not successful and not that it doesn't work, but it's just not what I enjoy doing. And I know myself well enough that if I'm not wholly engaged creatively, I'm fucking lazy. And so that's my creatively the sort of, it's always about spinning worlds. And then, once it moves forward, I always, it's hard for me. It's hard for my writers sometimes because on The Shield, Sean Ryan was a master at seeing the big picture on the board, and he could move it around like a math problem. And pretty much the board, that outline, became the script. I do not have that foresight, that skill set. I see a loose description of the episode, and I don't find this full story until I'm inside the script. And not to sound completely nuts, but when the people start and the characters start talking to me, when I hear them talking in my head and the scene plays out for me, that's where the story goes. So for me, my advice at least my writers, is don't follow the outline, follow the story. Um, and that's challenging sometimes when you're in a position that you've turned in an outline to an organization or a network or whatever, or a producer, and they're expecting that outline. It's why I don't work from outlines and really never have. Not just because they're a pain in the ass. It's because they are an ineffective tool in my process. So, and then I sort of see where things go. And I've said this many, many times, and it's still true, which is, yes, I have a general idea of where I want a season to begin, some of the big mile markers that impact the mythology, and a sense of where I want it to end. What I've learned over the years is that the looser my grip is on those ideas, the better the story is. And what the fun part for me, the magic, if you will, is not knowing what point A, B, and C are, but having no idea how we're going to get from point A to point B, or from point B to point C. And that happens in the process. That happens in the writer's room. That happens in the draft process. And then on top of that, you have an actor's interpretation, a director's interpretation, an editor's interpretation. So you have this collaborative process where you then, take the whole thing and it becomes the ultimate thing. And it really is. And I don't say this to sound like bullshit or, it's pretty clear that I'm not all that humble. So I don't say it to be humble, but once that draft of a script leaves my desk and goes to the powers that be, whether that be Netflix or production, it is no longer my show. It is our show. It becomes a we thing. And the more I embrace that, I mean, yes, I have to have the vision. I have to steer the ship. Absolutely. But I also have to give all that collaboration kudos and ownership in what we're doing. Otherwise, it ain't art. It's just
a guy alone in a room
talking to himself. All right, fuck. I've prattled on. I don't even know what the fucking question was, Katie. I just go, man. I just go. You know why? Because I have no friends. Nobody ever talks to me.
I talk to you.
I'm up, no one, just have nobody to talk to. Maybe I should get back into therapy.
You say that. You've said that several times.
I'm always in therapy. All right. What's the next question, Katie?
Okay, the next question is also from Reddit. Hi, Kurt and Katey. I noticed Sarah Grace White was cast in the upcoming pilot series, The Abandons. Jackson also has a successful acting career. Can we expect to see him at some point during the series as well? And as for your youngest, Esme, has she expressed interest in joining the family business?
I want to couch this in saying that Kurt and I have not discussed this, but I'm not really big on talking about them that much. In other words, professionally or talking for them. Esme's still 17, so I guess we can talk for her. But the older two are on their own paths and finding their way. And I sort of feel like they can answer those questions. And I think that there's a certain amount of respect around that professionally, since we're all in the same world. Do we think they're amazing and talented and incredible and would love for them to be? Yes, of course. But, they have their own points of view about working with moms and dads and not working with mom and dad, all that. So I think less is more.
Yeah.
In terms of Esme, No, Esme wants nothing to do with this show off business that we're in. She wants nothing to do with it, which is so refreshing. Not that we don't love show off business, we do, but a whole family of it is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the kids don't talk to me anyhow, so it's okay.
No, they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, no more. You said everything. That's a perfect answer.
Great.
Right up top, we would like to thank Claritin for supporting this episode and providing us with samples.
Luckily for those of us who live with symptoms of allergies, we can live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Yep. Claritin D is designed for serious allergy sufferers and has 2 powerful ingredients in just 1 pill that relieve your allergy symptoms and, this is really very important for me, decongest your nose so you can breathe better.
I love that you breathe better.
I'm trying.
The double action combination of prescription strength allergy medicine is really the best decongestant available and helps relieve the worst allergies like yourself.
Fast and powerful relief is just a quick trip away. Find Claritin D at the pharmacy counter. Ask for it from your local pharmacy. You do not need a prescription.
Or you go to Claritin.com right now for a discount so you can live Claritin Clear. And always, and we know this, use as directed.
That's right.
Okay, well, this question is from Lori Griswald in the email, and that is continuing the family question. My question is there any plans in the near future that you both will be working together like you did on SOA? Love your amazing talent.
What the fuck do you think this is? Jesus Christ, how much more do you people fucking want from us? That's my answer, Lori Griswold.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Lori.
Griswold.
No, we do our own thing, and this is our let's play together endeavor. So
yeah, and for me, I mean, I'm for hire. That's my thing, and so I don't have that makeup worlds thing that my husband does. I'm my creative outlets are different. So I'm if it so happens that he decides he would love me to do something, I'd be honored because he's such a really great writer. I'm not kissing your ass. I tell everybody that. I mean it. I've read a lot of scripts. I've also I've read the ones that,
See, there you
I'll
go.
throw that in too.
Yeah.
But
it's like, you're going to try to sell this?
Kurt, I think you're going to enjoy this question.
Oh boy, here we go.
This one is from Nina Jackson. It's for both of you. I'm a perfume collector and I love knowing everyone's favorite scents. Do you have favorite perfumes / colognes or favorite types of fragrances that you like to wear?
I can't tell that story, but
which story?
I just can't. I am not a cologne or perfume person. I'm sure there are so many beautiful and lovely scents and fragrances that I am not aware of. And it's not necessarily an allergy as much as it is, I just really fucking hate them. I just hate when people smell like things other than people. That's all.
It's true. I sort of have I have the same. I'm not a perfume person, which was a really good thing when I met my husband. Clearly, he would have been allergic to me if I was a perfume person. I don't have that. But kudos to your perfume business.
God bless you.
God bless you, because most people love perfume.
Fucking pour that cologne over your head, swim in it, bathe in it.
Okay.
Look at, and I'm just saying, by the way, perfume people, we could change our mind. I'm just saying. Chanel.
This one is also from Reddit. Kurt, Any recent news on your project Delivering Jen? When you were doing Sutter Thinks on your socials back in 2020, you said you were working on it. Also, do you still have Charlie Hunnam in mind for the project?
Wow, that's the Delivering Jen, for those that don't know, was not my first thing I had written, but it really was the first thing that opened doors for me. And I love the script. A good friend of mine, producer Brian Oliver, actually owns the script, and you know, we I don't know is the truth. Would I love to make it? Absolutely. But I've also accepted the fact that perhaps the function of that script was to begin the journey, and maybe that is its sole purpose. But there is no current plan. But I do love that story, and I mean, I hold the sentiment of its value in my heart, because it was an important process for me, and it was an important piece of work for me. But no plans.
Okay. This question is from Alex. Can you speak to the fact that you have characters in the Abandons with the last name Teller? Is this a way to pay homage to the name, or will there actually be a connection to SOA? Also, can the Abandons please have the White Buffalo and Forest Rangers on the soundtrack?
How do they know that? That would be
it's in the press release.
Oh,
The name of the characters. No, I didn't even realize it was the same name until halfway through. Here's the truth. I'm just lazy. I just use the same names over and over again. It's really the truth. No, there will be no White Buffalo. There will be no Forest Rangers. Bob Thiel Jr., who was my composer and music supervisor, will also be doing the music for Abandons, and so perhaps there will be another cover.
another band name.
Another cover band. But the Rangers will not be the band. But I appreciate the observance, and the music. I think I do love that part of it, and it's been a lot of fun putting together potential score ideas and needle drops and all that stuff. I think folks will dig it.
All right, we have a couple voicemails to end this. Okay, the first one's from Molly.
Guys, sorry if you can hear crinkling in the background. My dog is chewing on something she shouldn't have. Please give me that. Okay. My name's Molly. I am 19, from England, as you can probably tell. And I am currently doing a degree in filmmaking. I'm in my first year and I'm loving it. But I wanted to know from Kurt, but like both of you, if you have any advice really on someone who is learning to screenwrite, learning to, put films together. I've just finished a script that I am going to film this summer. With me and my friends are just going to take some equipment and just go and basically just fuck about and see what happens. But I just wanted to know if you had any advice. If either of you had any advice, it would be awesome. Thank you very much, and sorry for rambling like an idiot. Bye.
You don't sound like an idiot at all.
Molly. I think you're doing it, Molly. Again, I've said, just lean into your human experience, lean into your imagination. Don't worry about creating something that people are going to want to see or that might sell or any of that shit. Just, find something that find a story that you want to tell or that you have to tell. And as you said, and then just take the camera and go fuck about. I think that's a beautiful plan. And, and I wish you all the luck fucking about.
Yes, I would totally agree. I would also say it sounds like you're doing what you love to do. And, any kind of creative endeavor involves a lot of love on the part of the person endeavoring it, because everybody's got an opinion. So just really love what you're doing. And Molly, you sound like you're doing exactly right. Fuck about.
Katie, would you have any advice for any first-time directors working with actors?
Yeah, go to acting school. My favorite directors to work with are also have an acting background, because I find that, in terms of speaking about character and intention and all those things, it's nice. I mean, even though sometimes I like the most simple direction. I mean, like I just did something where the director, who was also an actor, but she would just say to me, like, could you just tone it down a little? I liked that direction too. So, but when it comes from an actor, I understand what they're saying. I get it. So, yeah, I always tell any, that would be the only thing I would say to any director. My father was a director, started as an actor, and became a really good director. And because he couldn't stop laughing on stage, is really the lore of my dad. So that's what I would say for any first-time directors, is get some acting chops.
All right, I'm going to play Ian's question.
Hi, Katie and Kurt. I live in Cardiff in South Wales, and I was wondering what you thought of the place while you were doing Bastard Executioner.
Thank you, Ian. You sound like a Cardiffian. Is that how you sound? I thought Wales was beautiful. It was my first time really spending any significant time in the UK, and we shot at the old but basically unused Dragon Studios outside of Cardiff, and the countryside was beautiful. I thought the people were very sweet, and a refreshing change, because it was as close as it was in proximity to London. It had very different energy, and there was a ruggedness about Cardiff that and I'm someone that sort of embraces the rough edges, and and just the fucking rugby of it all is just talk about rough edges, man. Your devotion to that sport was like, I was just amazed how it consumes everything. And and I dig the passion. So, yeah, I mean, I love that project. It was still one of my favorite projects, even though it only had a short lifespan, and have fond memories of Wales.
Me too. I agree. I just couldn't read the street signs or pronounce anything.
Yeah.
That was definitely a different spin. That's a rough language you guys have in terms of, hearing it and understand. It's a deep dive.
The joke was always, can I buy a vowel?
Yeah, exactly.
And Jamie and Nigel took really good care of us at the Cathedral 73.
Oh, they were so sweet.
They were great.
They were great. Okay, I guess we're done.
We're done.
We sliced.
The pie is sliced. You know what we need for this section?
What?
We still need pie.
I know.
How do we not eat pie?
That's right.
I mean, I get it's only a slice, so maybe it's a bite. Like maybe we just have like a bite of the slice. But when Patrick didn't fucking walk in with pie, I was like, oh man, where's the pie?
do that, though, would that be based on what our personal preferences, or we could take like a fan?
You know what? That's for other people to figure out.
Okay, great.
Catherine Louise.
Okay. All right. But I agree. Pie would be
yeah,
good.
that's our slice of pie. This is fun. Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Yes.
And do whatever it is you do to help us on the interweb and the pod web, and
Follow us, review
follow.
us. What else are you supposed to do? Tell your friends.
Buy stock in us.
Wow.
Paint us. Paint. All of that you keep doing. I should stop now before it just gets weirder. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I do care and love for most of you.
He didn't sleep well last night.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have a question for us,
Any question?
well, we'll decide.
Well, okay. Or perhaps there's a limit to the question. But if you do, submit it to us at either inkbox@sutterinc.com or
just leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com. Sorry, that's the first time I've said that.
Can you say that without a question?
Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/pie podcast.
That was a lot.
That's a lot.
I know.
How are they going to remember that?
Speakpipe.com/pie podcast. I think we got it.